Welcome to the Roulette Master TV, where we wind back the clock and look at amazing roulette systems of the past. This one today is one of the best roulette systems I've seen in a long time, and this has 125,000 views and is currently trending on YouTube. I hope you enjoy it, and here we go. This is the Roulette Master, and you're not going to believe how amazing this new roulette system is. This was sent in by one of my subscribers, Camila from the Netherlands. I can't believe I didn't think of this before, and I cannot wait to show you how she's making money. And we're going to put her system up against the best today. We're going to put her system up against Randall's system that won the bracket challenge in a head-to-head matchup. This is going to be awesome, and I can't wait to get started. We'll start with Randall's first. Each will get 15 minutes of playtime. Let's see which one wins, and man, I'm excited about this new one from Camila. And let's go ahead, and we're going to start with $10 on second column and second 12 with Randall's system that won the bracket challenge. And here we go. Let's see what we get. That's a 14 red. And that's a $40 win to start. Fantastic. So you can see we're already up 40. We just rebet and spin. And this system beat so many other good systems in the bracket challenge. It was the champion of it, and that is fantastic. And there's another $10 win. So when you play this way, where you have $10 on second column and $10 on second 12, if you hit either, you win like you just saw. And if you hit both, it is a jackpot. So let's go ahead and rebet and spin again. You can see we're already up $50, and let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. Okay, that is a 34 red. Okay, that's a loss. So now we go up by a unit. Every time you lose with Randall's system, you go up by 1 unit. That's $10 today. This is a $2,000 bankroll system, but you can play this with dollar bets and a $200 bankroll, so anyone can afford to play this. That's a $20 win. So we're up 50. We're just going to go back to the original bet now. So that'll be $20. Let's go ahead and spin. You can achieve session profit by either getting a bunch of partial wins or by getting jackpot numbers. So you want to keep track of your session profit. There's a $10 win right there. We're up 60. Let's rebet and spin. Here we go. Let's see, that is a 6 black, and that's a loss. So we go up by 1 unit, just like we do with every single loss. That dropped us back to 40, and then we increased by 1. Let's see if we can get a win here. That's a 16 red. That's a nice $20 win. Okay, we're back up to 60. Let's rebet and spin. If we get over 60, then we'll reset back to 10. And that's a 2 black. Okay, that's another win, $20 win. Great, we're up 80. That's new session profit, so we go back to 10 each. We fix that bet there. Here we go. And again, if you hit either one, you win. If you hit both, it's a jackpot. And that's a 5 red. Okay, that's a $10 win. So we're up 90 now. Let's just rebet and spin. Let's keep increasing the profits with Randall's system. And sometimes this gets a little bit behind, but it seems to always come back, which is what you want when you have bankroll and patience. And we lost that one, so let's go up a unit again. You can see we're up. That dropped us back to 70 in profit, but that's okay. Here we go again. We just increased by a unit, and that's a 00. So that's another loss. So we increased by another unit. And now we're 30 each, 60 total. We're 3 minutes in out of 15 with Randall's system. And that's a 00. That's another loss. So that's never good when you get back-to-back 00s, but we can handle it. We'll just increase by another unit. Temporarily, it dropped us back to minus 30, but that's okay. Once we get some wins, we'll be right back where we need to be. And that's a 24 black. That's a $40 win. So we're not in session profit, so we just stay right there and spin again. We're 3.5 minutes in out of 15. That is a 13 black. That's another $40 win. Great. We're up 50 now. And we'll spin again at 40 each, 80 total. Here we go. That's a 28 black. That's a loss. So we go up a unit, and then we'll check our balance again. We're at minus 30 right now, but that's okay. All we need is patience and bankroll. We'll hit some jackpots, or we'll get some bunch of wins with just one win at each time, and that's awesome too. So there's a $50 win. We're up 20, so we'll just rebet at 50 each. We don't go backwards in the progression until we get at or near session profit, and that's a 15 black. Okay, that's a win. So we're up 70. We'll just rebet and spin. And here we go. That's a 2 black. That's another win. We will take it, another $50 win. We're up 120. So we'll just rebet and spin. We're 4 minutes, 40 seconds in out of 15. And that's a 36 red. That's a loss. So we'll increase by a unit. So now we'll have 60 each, 120 total. Then we'll check our balance again here. Okay, that's an 8 black. Okay, that's a $60 win. We'll take that. It gets us back up to 80. Let's spin again, and I'd love to see one of those jackpot numbers coming up here. Let's see if we can get one. That's a 28 black. That's another loss. Let's increase. 70 each, 140 total. We're currently minus 40, but all it's going to take is either a jackpot or a few partial wins, and we'll be back in business. That's a 19 red. That's a nice $70 win, so we're back in profit. We'll just rebet and spin, but we're not in session profit, so we stay the same. We don't go backwards in the progression. That's a 32 red. All right, that's another win. Nice $70 win. We're up 100. Let's spin again. Here we go. Almost 6 minutes in out of 15 with this one. That's another win. 2 black. Fantastic. We're up 170 now. Let's go ahead and restart. Here we go, 10 on each, and we're back in business. Here we go. So you don't have to get jackpots. Sometimes you can just get a bunch of partial wins, and you're good to go. But there's a nice jackpot there, even though we were at base level. We're up 210 now, so that's awesome. If we'd got that on the one before, man, we would have been swimming in cash, but we'll still take it. Doing fantastic with Randall's system, and can't wait to share with you the new system coming up. It looks incredible, and that is a loss, so we'll increase by a unit and spin. Here we go. It's a 31 black. Okay, that's a loss, so we'll increase again, and we're up 150 now after we drop back after that loss. We're almost 7 minutes in out of 15 with Randall's system that won the bracket challenge. That's a 13 black. We'll take that $30 win. We're back up 180. We'll rebet and spin it. 30 each, 60 total. Here we go. It's a 32 red. Okay, that's a nice $30 win. We're up 210. We'll rebet and spin here. And here we go. That's a 26 black. All right, that's another win. So we're up 240. We'll reset back to 10. Like I was saying, you don't have to get jackpots. All you have to do is get somewhat close to session profit. And sometimes you can do that by getting a bunch of partial wins like we just did. And that's a 23 red. And that's a jackpot. That's a $40 win. Now we're up 280. And that's awesome. So let's go ahead and spin. And the 2 times we've had jackpots, we've been at base level. But once we hit one of those when the bets are higher, it's going to be awesome. And but still doing fantastic. Let's increase by 1. Okay, that dropped us back to 260 profit, but still incredible. We're 8 minutes in out of 15 with Randall's system, and that's a 22 black. All right, that's a $20 win. Fantastic. We're up 280. And let's spin again. Here we go. Okay, that's a 27 red. That's a loss. So again, anytime you lose, it's real simple. You just increase by 1 unit. That dropped us back temporarily to 240 profit, but still really good. And here we go. It's 11 black. Okay, there's a nice partial win at 30. We're up 270, and let's just rebet and spin. Here we go. Okay, it's a 33 black. That's a loss, so let's increase by a unit. From 30 to 40, we're up 210 right now, and let's go ahead and spin. We're 9 minutes in out of 15. That's a 14 red. Ooh, that's a nice jackpot, $160. We're up 370 now. We restart. That was awesome. And that's the first time we've hit a jackpot when we weren't on the base level. And that was a lot of fun. There's another 0, though. We've had 3 of those now. Or actually 4, I think. I can't remember. But let's go ahead and increase by 1 on each. Now we'll go from 10 to 20. That's a $40 total bet. And here we go. We're 9.5 minutes in out of 15. That's a 24 black. It's a nice partial win. We're up 370 and kicking some serious butt with this one. Here we go. That's a 7 red. That's a loss, so let's increase by a unit like we always do when we lose. And we're up 330. Let's go ahead and spin here. $60 total bet, 30 each. That's a 23 red. That's a good one. That's a $120 win. Look at that. We're up $450 now. Incredible. And we're only 10 minutes and 10 seconds in out of 15. Still a ways to go here. And that's a 19 red. All right, that's a $10 win. We're up 460. Let's go ahead and spin again. Here we go. That's a 20 black. That's a really good one. It's a $40 win. We're up 500 now. Man, that's incredible. Okay, 10 each, 20 total. Still at base level. Here we go. Okay, that's a 4 black. That's a loss, so let's increase like we do. Anytime we get a loss, we go up 1 unit. And we have 20 each, 40 total. Now, here we go. Another 0. We've had a bunch of those, but that's okay. We just go up a unit. So 30 each, 60 total. Then we'll check our balance again after this one. We're 11 minutes in out of 15. That's a 16 red. It's a nice partial win at 30. We're at 470, and we'll just rebet and spin. Remember, we were at 500. Let's see if we can get close to that before resetting. That's a 6 black. And that's a loss, so let's go ahead and go up a unit from 30 to 40. Now we have an $80 total bet. We're 11.5 minutes in. It's a 31 black. Okay, that's another loss. So we're finally going on a little bit of a losing streak here, and that's okay. That's why we have the bankroll. Again, you can use a $2,000 bankroll for $10 units or a $200 bankroll for dollar units, whatever fits your budget. And see, now we're getting some consecutive losses. This is good for you to see how we're going to respond to this. Okay, and we're at 60 each, 120 total, 12 minutes in out of 15. That's a 14 red. That's a $240 win. So we're back up 470. We start over. So you can either get a jackpot or you can get a decent amount of partial wins. Either way, it'll do the trick, and that's a 22 black. That's a nice $10 win. We're at 480, and let's rebet and spin. And I know we weren't quite at 500, but we were pretty close, so that's a good time to reset when you're high up in the bets. And it doesn't do any good to try to push it. We're at 490. Let's go ahead and spin again. Protecting your bankroll is always the number one most important thing when you're playing. And that's a 24 black. That's another nice win. So we got it back up to 500 anyway, even though we were a little bit short after that last jackpot win. But it's always smart to reset when you're close to session profit. And we're 13 minutes in out of 15. That's another win. We're up 510. All right, let's spin again. Here we go. 10 each, 20 total. That's a 36 red. Okay, that's a loss, so we'll increase by a unit like we always do. Then we'll check our balance after this one. We're at 20 each, 40 total. 13 minutes, 20 seconds in. That's a 27 red. That's a loss, so let's go ahead and increase again. Okay, we're at 30 each, 60 total now. 30 seconds left. I'm sorry, a minute and a half left, not 30 seconds. So we're 13.5 minutes in. That's a 22 black. That's a $30 win. We're at 480, and we'll just rebet and spin. And here we go. It's a 26 black. All right, that's another win. And that's another example of being able to reset without hitting a jackpot. We're back up over 500. We're 14 minutes in out of 15. And that's a 3 red. That's a loss, so we'll increase by a unit like we always do when we lose. And we're at 20 each, 40 total. Man, we're just really doing fantastic with Randall's system. It almost always does really well. And there's a loss there, though. Let's go ahead and increase. And 30 each, 60 total is the bet now. 30 seconds left. That's a 7 red. It's another loss, so we'll increase again. All right, 40 each, 80 total now. Here we go. Looked like it was going to hit 0 there again, but that's a 9 red. Either way, we lost, so let's increase again. Now we're at 50 each, 100 total. Let's see if we get the win. Okay, that's a 31 black. Okay, so we lost 100 there. That dropped us back to 210. And let's increase by another unit. We're at 60 each, 120 total. That's a 22 black. Okay, that's a partial win for 60. And we just ran out of time. So we won $270 with Randall's system that won the bracket challenge. But now this new amazing system I'm about to share with you, you're going to absolutely love it. And I can't wait to see how it does up against this one. This is best on best, and I can't wait to see what the results are. So let's just jump right into it and get started. Remember to share your results in the comments with both these systems. That helps everyone in the community out. All right, let's get right to it. Here we go. All right, the time is finally here for Camila's system from the Netherlands. I can't wait to share this with you. This is going to be a follow the leader Fibonacci modified system that I think you're going to absolutely love. Let's go ahead and get started, place the bets, and here we go. We're going to start on black, follow the leader on colors, and let's go ahead and spin. This is going to be a little bit different progression than you're used to, and I think it looks awesome, so I can't wait to see how it does. If you win, you stay at 10, and we'll stay on black, and but there's a lot to this, so make sure you stick around, but it's real simple once you get the hang of it. So real simple. So that's a 23 red. Okay, so we lost. We're going to go from 10 to 20, and we're going to go to red. And this is going to be the Fibonacci sequence modified, which means going up, the 2 previous bets are going to get you your next bet. For instance, we bet 10 and 20. Our next bet's going to be 30. We're going to add those 2 together, and we're going to switch to black, follow the leader on color. But there's more to it than that. Wait till you see what happens next. That's a 1 red. Okay, that's a loss. So we go add the 2 previous up, which is 30 plus 20. Now we're going to have a $50 bet on red. But we're not going to restart when we get the win. And you're going to see what happens next here in a second. That's a 26 black. And we're starting out really rough with this, but that's okay. It's early. And we're going to take 50 plus 30. Now we're going to have an $80 bet on black. We're minus 100. It's a $2,000 bankroll system. You can also use a $200 bankroll and dollar units on this one as well. And that's a 25 red. Okay, so starting out really rough, but that's okay. We're going to add 80 plus 50. And that's a 130 total bet on red. Follow the winner. And here in a second, you're going to see what the difference is between this and normal Fibonacci. And that's a 20 black, but we've lost pretty much every single bet. So now we're going to take 130 plus 80 for 210 on black. And we're minus 310, but don't worry about that. We'll be just fine. This is about the worst luck you could possibly have. And things are going to turn our way here soon. Okay, there we go. We won at 210. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go in reverse. And we're going to go back to the previous bet before 210, which was 130, and we're going to be on black, follow the leader. Okay, so let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. And that's a 36 red. And we lost, so we go back up to 210 where we were before. Again, real easy on this to figure out the bets, though, because it's always the 2 previous, and then you just go in reverse when you start getting wins. We're going to go ahead and spin here, and here we go. But man, we've had so many losses. But you know what? When we win with this, you're going to say, man, worst luck ever, and we still won, I hope. So let's find out. We're going to add 210 plus 130. That's 310 plus 30. That's 340 on black. Okay. And very rarely do you start out this poorly where you lose pretty much every bet. So I still think we can turn this around, and I can't wait to share it with you. And that's a 28 black. We finally got a win. Okay, we got that at 340. So now we go backwards where we were before. Remember before we added the 130 plus the 80 for 210. So now we'll be 210 on black. Okay. All right. And just even as bad as we've been doing, I think we're going to turn this around in a hurry. And that's at 28 black. Fantastic. So now we go in reverse again. We go from 210 to 130, and we're still on black. And you're not going to believe this, but we're already in profit. We're up $110 already, even after losing all those bets. We've only won a couple times, and we're up. Okay, so we lost that one. We're going to switch to red. We're going to go from 130 back to 210. Okay, here we go. 210 on red. And then we got it. Fantastic. So now we're going to go in reverse from 210 back to the one previous. Remember, we added the 130 plus the 80 to get to 210. We're going to go in reverse back to 130, and we'll be on red. And we're up $190 even with almost all losses, which is incredible. And that's a 16 red. Okay, we won at 130. So now we go in reverse again. And remember, to get to 130, what we did, remember we went up 10, 20, 30, and then we added 30 plus 20 to get to 50, and then we added 50 plus 30 to get to 80. You can see on that last bet there, we were at 130. Now we're going to go back to 80. Okay? And we're still on red. We're playing follow the winner on color. And let's work our way back down. Here we go. That's a 21 red. Fantastic. Okay, we are up $400 already, even after that horrible start. Now we're going to go in reverse again from 80 back to 50, and we'll be on red. And all you need on this is to be patient till you get a color streak and the $2,000 bankroll for $10 units or $200 bankroll for dollar units. We won at 50, so guess what? Now we go back to 30, the way we came up. Okay, we're up $450 now. Here we go. And that's a 13 black. That's a loss. So we go back up in the Fibonacci sequence. We were at 30. We had 30 plus 20, and we go back to 50 on black. Follow the winner on color. All right, we're up $420 after about the worst start you can imagine. That's a 25 red. And that's a loss. So we add 50 plus 30, $80 for our next bet on red. Follow the winner. And let's spin. Here we go. There we go. 12 red. So we stay on red, follow the winner. We go backwards from 80 to 50, and we'll be on red. We're up $450. The profits just keep coming. And let's see if we hit another red. And we do. That's a 19 red. Fantastic. So now we go backwards from 50 to 30, and we'll be on red again. We are up $500 already after the worst start you can imagine. Oh my goodness. This is fantastic. And that's a 5 red. Okay, now we're going to go from 30 back to 20. We'll still be on red. We're up $530. Incredible. And that's another win. That's a 1 red. And we're going to go now from 20 all the way back to where we started, back to 10. We're up $550. Let's go ahead and spin. And man, we were patient. We had the bankroll, and things came back around for us. Now, if you're playing without a time limit, this is when you want to cash out. When you work your way back to 10, you can see we're up $560. But today we're going to play for the full 15 minutes, so you see a large sample size. we're going to be on red for 10. Let's go ahead and spin. And we're going to keep going with this one. Let's see what else happens in the rest of this 15 minutes. We're 8 minutes in right now. And that's a win there with a $10 win on red. So we'll just stay on red. We're up 570, and let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. My goodness, that's a lot of red numbers. We'll take it. Okay, we're up 580. We'll just rebet and spin at 10. And you make a lot of your money when actually you have losses and then work your way back. And okay, now we're going to switch to black, and we'll go from 10 to 20. All right, here we go. Okay, that's a win. So we go from 20 back to 10, and we stay on black. We are currently up $590, and we're 8 minutes 42 seconds in. That's a 5 red. That's a loss. So we go from 10 up to 20, and we switch to red. Let's go ahead and spin again here. We're 9 minutes in out of 15, and that's a 23 red. That's a win. Okay, so we go from 20 back to 10, and we'll be on red. We are up $600 now. The profits just keep on coming. This is absolutely incredible. It's a 19 red. That's another win. We'll take it. And another $10 bet on red. We're up 610. Here we go. That's a 28 black. That's a loss. So we go from 10 to 20, and we'll go to black. Here we go again. Let's spin. We're 9.5 minutes in out of 15. That's a 26 black. So we go back from 20 back to 10, and we'll stay on black. Now we're up 620. Let's go ahead and spin again here. Here we go. That's a 0, so that's a loss. We're going to go up on the bets, but we'll stay on black. So if you hit 0, you just stay on there, but you go up in the Fibonacci sequence. And here we go again. That's a 16 red. We lost. So we go from 20. We had 20 plus 10 for 30. And we go to red, follow the leader on colors, follow the winner or leader, whatever you like to say. And that's a 23 red. That's a good one. So we go from 30 back to 20, and we'll be on red. We're up $620. Wow. 10.5 minutes in out of 15. That's a 14 red. That's a win. We'll take it. Okay, we'll go back to 10 on red. We're up $640. The profits just keep increasing. I can't wait to see where we get in the next 3.5 minutes here. And that's a 36 red. That's another win. So we just stay on red for 10. We're up $650. Let's go ahead and spin again here. Here we go. That's a loss, 6 black. So we go from 10 to 20 and switch to black. All right, let's go ahead and spin with $20 on black here. And we got the win, so we go back to 10, and we stay on black. Okay, we're up 660. Let's spin again here. So we go and we add up the 2 previous bets for the next bet going up, and then going back down, we just go back down the same way we came up. So we stay at 10 on black. We're up 670. Let's go ahead and spin again here. We're 11.5 minutes in out of 15, and that's a 27 red. It's a loss. We'll go from 10 to 20 and switch to red. Follow the winner on color. And here we go. That's a 30 red. Fantastic. So we'll go from 20 back to 10 and stay on red. We are up $680. Next thing you know, we'll be up 7. If we keep going here, we're 12 minutes in out of 15. That's a 24 black. And that's a loss. We'll go from 10 to 20 and go to black. Here we go. Let's see if we can get a win here on black. And we did. That's a 15 black. So we go back to 10. And we're on black for 10. We're up 690. You can just see those profits continually increase. And here we go. That's a 10 black. So we won again. And we'll take it. That's the second 10 we've seen in a while, so we'll leave that $10 bet on black. Then we'll check our balance after this one. Here we go. And that's another win, 17 black. Okay, and we're up $710 now. Wow. That is awesome. Continuing to grow. Here we go. That's another win, 6 black. Fantastic. We're up 720. The profits just keep growing. And we're 13 minutes in out of 15. That's a 2 black. That's another win. So we'll stay right there. We're up $730 now. Incredible. Let's spin again here. About just under 2 minutes left. And that's a 30 red. We lost. So we switch to red and go from 10 to 20. Okay, we're up 720 right now. And let's spin. Here we go. That's a 12 red. That's a win. So we go from 20 back to 10. We'll stay on red. We're up $740. Wow. Such a short time. We're only 13 minutes, 30 seconds in. That's a 22 black. That's a loss, so we'll switch to black and go from 10 to 20. Here we go. That's a 1 red, so we lost, so we switch back to red, and we add up 10 plus 20 to get to a $30 bet on red. Follow the winner on color. That's a 15 black. So now we're getting some losses again. We're going to add 30 plus 20 for our $50 bet on black. So let's go ahead and do that. Here we go. And we got the win. So we go backwards now. We go from 50 back to 30 and we stay on black. Okay, we're up $730. Incredible. Here we go. That's a 5 red. We lost, so we go back up. From 30, you add 30 plus 20 to get to 50, and we'll be on red for 50. Here we go. Okay, that's 11 black. And that's a loss, so we add 50 plus 30. Now we'll have an $80 bet on black. Here we go. Then we'll check our balance after this one. That's a win on 4 black, and we just ran out of time. So we made $730 profit after probably the worst start you've ever seen. This is an amazing roulette system. I cannot wait for you guys to test this out. You can use Roulette Royale, whatever you want to use, but test it out and share your results in the comments. Everyone is going to want to know. You share with them, they'll share with you. Let's help each other out. And I want to see a large sample size of how everybody does with this one because it looks absolutely incredible. Both systems today knocked it out of the park. And I hope you really enjoyed today's video. Remember to send your systems in to roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. That's roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. Every single day of the week, 365 days a year, we test one of your guys' systems on the channel at 7 a.m. Central Time. If you send it in, there's a really good chance it'll be on here. And I can't wait to see your system. So please send it in. Again, that's roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. Hope you really enjoyed this one and test it out. Share your results in the comments. I can't wait. Thank you guys. This is the Roulette Master, and have a great day.